Everyone keeps saying Mi Fu replaces Endministrator on physical teams. But does she really? After testing both, I found something surprising. Mi Fu is better in some situations, worse in others, and depending on your account, she might not be worth the investment at all. So before you spin your pools or bench your free Endministrator, let's compare them side by side and find out who actually deserves the controller slot. So my Endmin has 5800 attack. He's using the Bone Crusher set, so we're going to make sure he has 2 stacks of Bone Crusher. And we're also going to make sure that when he performs this combo, he has the solidification, so he can get this 50% bonus on physical damage. So now, let's apply. And we want a level 4 breach, physical susceptibility, vulnerabilities. We want to make sure we have the combos from Endmin. Link applied. And now let's look at his skill and let's see what damage he has. Okay, my Mi Fu has 5700 attack. For her weapon boost, we got to make sure she has physical susceptibility applied and also crush. And when she applies the crush, we want to make sure she has 4 vulnerabilities on the enemy. For her gear, we're going to make sure when she applies crush that she also has 4 vulnerabilities on the enemy. Alright, so we have a level 4 breach. Alright, physical susceptibility applied. Alright, vulnerabilities. We have physical susceptibility from Mi Fu. Link applied. Now let's see what the damage in her battle skill. So let's look at Endmin's Ult. So basically Endmin's Ult deals massive physical damage, but it also, if the enemy has Iridium crystals on them, it actually consumes them and does even more physical damage. So his cooldown, 10 seconds, ultimate energy cost is 80, and the damage multiplier is 800, but the bonus damage multiplier is 600% with 25 stagger. Alright, let's look at Mi Fu's ultimate. She basically dashes forward and applies lift to the target and also does physical damage. But what's really good about her ultimate is that she skips past the first part of her battle skill. And now if you haven't seen my video, her battle skill has 3 different parts. So if you can skip the first part, it's really a plus. And this also, since it applies lifts, is going to apply vulnerability. And you can see she has 560% damage multiplier and does 20 stagger with a 15-second cooldown, and ultimate energy cost is 80. So now let's talk about the 5-hit combo. For something that's so basic and a part of every operator's kit, it actually is essential for the control operator. Because there are some 5-hit combos out there that are so bad that they're so easy to interrupt that you can't even play those operators as the lead. And so for some of those operators, I really hate that because I really like some of them. But it's really essential that you have a great 5-hit combo. And one of the reasons the 5-hit combo is so important is the final strike. A lot of combos, a lot of operators have things that are triggered by the controlled operator connecting with the final strike, which is basically the 5th hit of their combo. So if you have a combo that's easily interrupted, it can cause problems for your rotations with some teams. So how does Endmin assist his teammates? So enemies with attached Iridium crystals will suffer physical damage, taking an extra 20%. Also, his combo applies Iridium crystals and has solidification. So this can help when you're dealing with multiple enemies. If you can solidify them, it kind of slows things down for you. Also, his ultimate has a lot of range on it where it can hit multiple enemies at once, so he's not restricted to a single target. Now Mi Fu, her combo applies susceptibility, physical susceptibility to the enemy. So this can help all of her teammates, especially since she's on physical teams primarily. Her ultimate also applies lift, and this basically is going to give vulnerabilities which can help any physical team. The first part of her battle skill pulls the enemies towards her, It has some CC properties, but I wouldn't really qualify it as that. It's decent, but it's not that great. Well, I would have to say this. I do not have these guys maxed out. I don't have a weapon at P5. I don't have either of the operators at P5. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to P5 either one of them. Unless it's in the game and it's free, which it may be for Endmin. So that is a plus for him. So now, what's the verdict? Who is better as the controlled operator? So battle skill, I have to give the Mi Fu. She does more damage. Even though there are different builds that could probably give Endmin much more damage than what I have, I still think Mi Fu's going to have the edge in the end. The ultimate, I'm going to give the advantage to Endmin. His ultimate looks like it's geared a little bit more for damage, where Mi Fu's ultimate looks like it just kind of complements her battle skill, which really works for her. But overall, looking at the damage, I have to give the advantage to Endmin. Now what about the 5-hit combo? 5-hit combo is very important. Endmin has the better 5-hit combo. It's just very important because it's a little bit easier to interrupt Mi Fu. However, even though she has a great sword, she can still get it done as the controlled operator. So with that being said, guys, looking at their kits, looking at the battle skills and everything else, how they complement their team, how they help their team, I'm going to give the edge to Mi Fu. I think she is the better controlled operator. However, I have to say something for Endmin and for everyone out there, Endmin is free. I don't think she's that much better than Endmin that you should waste your pools if you're on a budget or if you're free to play. I don't think that she's worth it because I think Endmin can get it done. She is better, but not so much better that I think you need to go ahead and go for it, guys. Alright guys, so hey, if you think I'm wrong, hey, go ahead and post in the chat. I have no problem debating this. And if you have a build that is just really excellent, because I've seen a couple guys saying they can get 1 million out of a certain, million damage. So, hey, if you could do it without the food boost, hey, just let me know. Hey, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next grind.